Howdy, I'm Matt, and in this video we are going to be discussing the Freewing FPV flying wing, and we're also going to be chatting about iNav and the Maiden F722 board, which I've got in there, the PDB, which I've got underneath too. And Craig, this isn't the Maiden, is it? Well, I got it this morning, and
you Maidened it once this morning, haven't you?
Yeah, and was that for about 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that.
More like 20, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just properly cruising around.
Yeah, went nice, didn't it?
Yeah, it was the best Maiden I've ever had of iNav. Servo trim went in, a couple of clicks.
Best Maiden, but just didn't have it on film.
Just didn't have it on film ever. So what we're going to do, we're going to reenact that now. Now, just give you a quick rundown. I have the TBS Crossfire micro receiver there. We've got the Eachine 526, the best little 5.8 video transmitter with a little baby clover leaf on the wing. We've got the normal GPS puck in there. Like I said, we've got the Maiden F722 board, and I forgot the name of the PDB underneath. Now, one little tip for you is that the way in which I've wired this one up, once she focuses, is that you'll see here with the wiring is that there we don't have a connector in there, like a wire going in there, but you'll notice that I've left or put a connector in there on purpose so that it's more grippy on the actual connector itself. So I've done that wherever I've used a freeway connector and it's not being used, maybe like that one back there, which you can just about see, is that I've only got one wire going in there to one of the servos, yet I've still got two of like previous connectors in there, so it just bites onto the pins specifically. Now, one thing which I've had to do with this one, I wasn't that infused about doing it, but I've had to do it, is that I have cut out the board underneath, so this whole unit is sat down, and I've got I'll put a link to the 3D printed baseboard which I've got on there, the mount. I am using this with a Lion pack, so that is a 3250 I think milliampere pack 4S, hence we've already had like 20 minutes with it and I'm going up again. Now, the one thing which I don't like about this current setup is that I'm using the Raystar BR2212 motor at the back with a 7x5 prop, and to say it's anemic,
It's a little bit underpowered, isn't it?
it's a little bit underpowered, isn't it? It could definitely do with a bit of welly. And one other thing is that I've had to cut the lid off a bit short. So if you go for the Freewing, you'll know that this catch bit underneath is actually massive. But because of the space limitation, I've cut that off short, and I've put some magnets in the front, which weren't in the kit. They're just out of an old motor, and they now go in, and it really does clip down. But I do have a little servo connector on the nose, just to ensure that the lid stays down. Oh, and another servo connector pointing up, so I can take the lid off, on and off very easily. And a Tenergy 18 amp ESC, again it's not built for speed, and of course genuine fake Tower Pro MG90S servos. So there's a quick rundown. Now, I feel a bit guilty because I've not actually shared the real Maiden, the first Maiden, with you, with this model, and as it's pretty obvious, I've already been out and flying it. So I'm going to get Craig to hold the camera on this one so you can see what it's like to launch and how it flies in the sky. So Craig, can I pass that one over to you, please, sir?
You got it?
Yep. Make sure we've got the right channel in the goggles and we've got enough satellites. There we go. Yeah, so running with 13 satellites at the moment. I'll tell you what, I'm going to hit record. Put the fan on. So it's in manual mode at the moment. Blow out the grass and the hinges. Straightforward wingtip launch. You wait till you feel all the power in this one. That's full knacker. So quite heavily on the sticks on the way back. And I think the current sensor's wrong on this one, because it's saying it's only pulling 1 amp or something. And I'm sure it's more than that. But it's just extremely peachy.
Do some stuff.
I'll fly it around and just
fly it around.
Cruise. Yeah. iNav, so the F7 board just basically runs faster than the F4 boards, and it's just such a nice wing. And I've been meaning to, well, I had a Vector in it, but I took the Vector out and put it in the Recon wing. And I was like, well, no, I really like this model. So just look at that. So I'm going to stick the goggles down a sec, Craig.
Yeah.
Oh, off we go. Going off on a bit of a mish. So apparently it's only pulling 1.6 amps at the moment, which I don't believe. And I'm using iNav version 2.0, which is RC or release candidate 2. I've been flying in manual all that time. Just flipped into Horizon. Absolute peachy. Maybe just needs a tiny little tap of left trim in her, which I've just put in. Yeah, she's flying absolutely beautifully up there. And one thing which I want to point out is that while the one thing which doesn't work is the flight timer, which is in the top left hand corner of your screen. I'll put a little circle around it. But the one thing which works brilliantly is cruise. Right, so that's cruise. And she's flying in a straight line. It's a new iNav flight mode where the model just flies literally in a straight line. And we're obviously keeping an eye on that, but it's only doing 24 miles an hour. And cruise will keep the direction and the height, but it does allow you to course correct on the transmitter. So I'm bringing it back round to fly towards us. It will keep the same height and just manage the direction. I think what they've done, if I remember correctly, the chat about it, because it was a feature request which I put in ages ago in the iNav group, is that what they do is put a point in space miles in front and then just fly the model towards that and then just correct the model towards where it wants to go. So yeah, really impressed with iNav 2.0. Remember, this is release candidate 2. And the reason why I went for a release candidate 2 is because I wanted cruise mode. And now that I've got cruise mode, it works really, really well. So we're flying behind us at the moment. It's maintaining the height. There we go, it's just leveled out. It's maintaining the height, it's maintaining the direction, and it's maintaining the speed as well. It is tweaking the throttle accordingly. So yeah, genuinely impressed with iNav 2.0, and we get back to the model, which is the Freewing. If you consider that we're probably cruising around on a maybe say 3 amps tops with a 3000 milliampere battery, it's nuts, absolutely nuts. So there, it's just correcting itself with the little bit of thermal which is coming off the ground. I've just hit return to launch. It's told me it's gone to auto throttle in the top right hand corner, so it's on its way back to us there, Craig.
Where is it?
Just up there. Just there. Just there. It's not the fastest model in the sky. It's not the most beautiful model which I have. But I tell you what, when you look at it from the front, it looks so aerodynamic. See? There you go. Just a bit wobbly. I think maybe the, again, because of the motor and prop which I've got, is the cruise throttle which I've got. I probably need to up it. I think it's only set on 1400, so I probably need to up that to something a little bit more. Anyway, should we get her in and get her landed?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool, so let's get out of cruise mode. I'm going to cheat and go into Horizon mode. Oh, there we go. Really banking her off, being quite aggressive with her as well. That's one thing about Horizon mode, is that you can be aggressive on this. That's going to come in too fast, isn't it?
Bit hot, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit hot. With Horizon mode, you do have the stabilisation around the middle of the sticks, but if you bank it all the way over to the left, Horizon mode will let you do rolls and loops and whatever else. So yeah, just backing off on the throttle. Still got quite a bit too much height on, I reckon. Oh no, we're all good.
It's going to float.
Yeah. There we go.
Engine off.
Disarmed. So what have we got on there? Max distance 266 meters. Travel distance 4.8 kilometers, which is really surprising because we've only just been doing loops and having a chit chat. And min battery voltage 13.8, which is absolutely nothing to worry about because it's a Lion pack. So there you go. That's the Freewing. Thank you for that, Craig. By the way.
No problem.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
But, I feel really bad because I haven't published the Maiden on this one at all.
Yeah.
And that went off really well.
It went off really well, didn't it?
Yeah, and then I was going to put... I'll go and get it a second.
Yeah.
It's just a bit underpowered, isn't it?
It needs a bit more, a bit more
Bit more And again, you may be thinking, well, if you are only cruising like for a couple of amps, the thing is that if you've got... If that model's only doing like max speed... let's be fair to it. So we'll say maybe it does 40 miles an hour. Okay.
Well, that'd be pushing it.
Yeah. That's full knacker, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is that when you're on return to home, it doesn't always do full knacker. And then if you've got a 10 or even 15 mile an hour headwind, which is perfectly possible, it might be like a light breeze here at the moment with the odd thermal coming through, but up there, it could be doing anything. So I do feel that I need a little bit more oomph, to say the least. And I did say that I was also going to show, look at the profile. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, smooth.
It's smooth. Perhaps the only one thing which I can say I don't like is the bottom-mounted servos. Although they do have these little skids on them which do protect them, I would have preferred top-mounted servos. Besides that, it looks extremely aerodynamic, and I really like it just for that. And its little bunny ears at the back as well are kind of cute. So yeah, that is the Freewing wing. I think it cost me $30-40, something like that, and I genuinely do rate it. I feel a little bit bad because I've not got any videos out on it until now, including its Maiden, but it has been there, and it's set up really well now.
Yeah.
Changed the motor and prop. Maybe I think I need to calibrate the current sensor.
Yeah.
Because they were always off.
That motor on a 1400 kV would probably give you a little bit more oomph, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so the same propeller, 7x5 with 1400 kV.
1400 kV.
Yeah, I am really tempted to put the mini Talon motor on the back. I know that would be pushing it with only an 18 amp ESC, but if I'm only using a 7x5 prop, I don't know. Watch this space for an update on it, but I like it, and it looks like a bit like a butcher's block with the red tape down, doesn't it? We got some pinstripes on it. So for myself, Matt, and the Freewing, and of course cameraman Craig.
Shaky cameraman Craig.
Oh no, he did a job. Thank you for that, sir. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions or comments about the Freewing, please just ask in the comments section underneath this video. Remember, this model was bought out of my own my own money from my own abuses, and it was not a freebie for review. I just like the looks of it, and I've had it for quite a while now, and like I said, I really do like it, and I'm so glad. I even brought the laptop with me today, didn't I?
Yeah, I needed it.
Needed it because I really wanted it all trimmed in and flying perfectly, and it just, that first time, it just went off like a complete peach.
Yeah.
So yeah, really impressed with it, and also really impressed with that F7 Maytech board as well. And I'm just thinking about Sky's comment in the Facebook group. Why would you go for an F7 board over an F4 board? There's two reasons. Number one, clock speed. They run faster, which I noticed. It sounds daft, but it is noticeable. Not only for the gyro, it's definitely smoother in the configurator. Also, the responsiveness in manual mode. Now, that may be a combination with it being an F7 board and the latest code for iNav. And the other reason is because F7 boards, that one has 5 UARTs available to it. The reason why I've not touched an F7 flight control board before now is because they've only ever done like 2 UARTs, which is a royal pain in the rear. So thumbs up to Maytech for putting or getting a board out there, an F7 board with 5 UARTs in it, which has just been absolutely brilliant. Oh, also for clarity, I'll put links to everything which I'm using in my build, except for the motor, by the way. I won't put the motor in. I'll put a link to the SunnySky motor because I'm 99% sure that's what I'm going to put on the back of this one. I'll put links to everything which I've got in my build down in the video description for you. For 100% clarity, they will be affiliate links, so you will be supporting this channel. If you use any of those and then go on to buy, and remember, it doesn't cost you anything at all. So, with that said, really am going now. That is the Freewing, and it's a thumbs up from me. We may be seeing this one in a Model Monday at some point in the future, because I do feel it's at that kind of grade. It's not, by the way, it's not fast. It's not terribly aerobatic, but for me, 3,300 milliamperes with iNav, crossfire on the side, you kind of get the idea what this model, for me, feels like what it's been designed for. And actually, if I remember correctly, when this one turned up, I don't think I even took any photos of it. I just opened the box, fell in love with it and put it together and then got it ready, and then we took it out to fly it. And it was one of the, I can't remember the last model I did that to. I just took one look at it, took one look at the fuselage, and then Matty was in love, and hey ho, here we are now, a couple of months on. Anyway, from myself, Matt, cheerios.